Hi everyone, it's Marisa, the Healthy Speechy. Um, Today's video is about home health. So there are pros and cons to home health. Some of the pros include scheduling. You make the schedule that fits your schedule best. Caregiver or patient training, you're working with them in a comfortable environment, which is their home, in which case you get to see the carryover of some of the strategies and tasks you've been doing with them. And then what else would be a pro? Sometimes you get really good ones. Some of the cons are also scheduling. It doesn't always work out the way you have it planned in your head. Sometimes the families aren't there or the patient's not there or both, in which case you're stuck. So a good example would be today. I was planning on doing 3 treatments today. I did do the first one, and then the other 2 are siblings, and when I called to confirm, they weren't there. So I have to bump them to later on in the week, which adjusts the rest of my schedule. You do get paid per visit with home health, at least the company I work for, because I'm contract. And so if you don't treat, you don't get paid. And yeah, so a couple other things are with evaluations. You do the evaluation, and sometimes it takes up to a month to hear back in relation to whether they're approved or denied. If they're approved, how many visits are they approved for, and then when does it start? So a good example of that was an evaluation I did. When did I do it? I believe I did it mid-November, so it's 3 weeks later, and I finally got notification that the patient's been approved, and the thing is that they're approved from the 12th, which means I've lost 4 days that I could have seen the patient for a treatment or 2. The other thing I have to do now is find where to schedule them into my schedule. That also works with them. So that's a challenge, but it's completely doable, nothing crazy. I have had really great patients, to be honest, over the years, both adults and pediatrics. I have had some that I'm not sure why they want therapy if they cancel so much, but they request services and they need it. So our job is to provide it within our scope. It's not always the funnest running around. You do need to find restrooms at some point. You get thirsty, maybe you need to stop and get something to drink. You need to make sure you always have gas in your car, and that you plan your maps is the other thing, because if you are going from point A to point C, you may want to try and see patient B in between that, if it's convenient. So those are some things to consider with home health. The reports vary. It could be a Word document or it could be a program. Some patients, you have them sign a paper document stating that you visited them and what their vitals were and all that stuff was. Other patients, you have them sign an electronic document via your phone or an iPad, some sort of tablet. It just depends on how the company wants it to be done and how you feel comfortable doing it. The turnover for reports, for me, I typically turn them over within 24 to 48 hours. The notes, same thing, 24 to 48 hours. I know that time is money across the board, and what you don't document, you didn't do. So you want to make sure that your notes are good and they're including all the information that you dispersed, all the activities you did, how the patient's progressing, any concerns you may have, and the plan for the next session as well. It's really good to maintain a good communication with your home office, whoever you're working for or with, and to make sure that the patients have their approvals. If you did a reevaluation or an initial evaluation, what is the status on their new approval? And make sure that you're talking with the families if they're little, their parents. If they're older, you could be talking to them and or their caregiver, depending on their level of severity. But yes, that's home health for you. You can technically wear whatever you want that I'm aware of. Some companies do have uniforms. I typically end up going in whatever uniform I'm wearing at the time, which is usually something navy blue, as you could tell. That's the hospital uniform. And so after I'm done with my hospital work, I have my home health visits and go from there. But yeah, so as always, feel free to subscribe, tell your friends, message me if you have any questions, if you have any topics that you want me to cover, or any other people you may want me to interview. And I'm sleepy, if you can't tell by these eyes and the fact that I'm about to yawn. And that is what 9 months of pregnancy will do for you. This is my last month of pregnancy. So I'm going to try and do a couple of these videos. That way I'll have a little bit of a break once baby does arrive. So we'll see. But as always, subscribe, tell your friends, follow me on social media, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, guys. Bye.